I can't be number 2. Pan India अभी चल रहा है, but Roja is the true Pan India film in that way. या तो चौकट वाले. आप कांतारा देखने से पहले हम लोगों ने कोई सोचा नहीं था कि ये फिल्म ऐसे ही बनेगी. वो रूटेड फिल्म है, बिल्कुल सा रूटेड फिल्म है. इसीलिए मैं कलकत्ता में बैठ के जब कांतारा देख रहा हूँ, मुझे लग रहा है कि फिल्म तो अच्छी है, मैं कुछ नया देख रहा हूँ. हमारे यहाँ पे पहले हमको बोलते थे कि आप रीजनल फिल्म एक्टर हो. मैं बोलता था नहीं, मैं लैंग्वेज फिल्म एक्टर हूँ, मैं इंडियन फिल्म एक्टर. Prosenjit, the brand in Bengal is not a brand, it's an emotion.
What is the secret for your kind of aging this backward?
No secret. Just Anil says, Anil is a wonderful friend of mine for a long time. Whenever we meet, we say, "Arey yaar, hum log dono, we are always intuitive." Now, what happens, बाप बेटा एक बार हक कर लिया ना, तो वो सब वो वैसे ही होता है. That is a relationship. वैसे सिनेमा रिलेशनशिप नहीं है. रिलेशनशिप हम लोगों का रिलेशनशिप इज जस्ट लाइक एनी अदर ह्यूमन बीइंग. अगर मेरा बेटे का कुछ होता तो आई विल लीव एवरीथिंग एंड गो राइट नाउ. मैंने अपने बेटे को भी बोल दिया कि अगर आपको हीरो बनना है, मैं सब कुछ सिखाऊंगा तुम्हें, सब कुछ जितना तक मैं मेरे से होता है, बट मैं आपको ब्रेक तो नहीं. दैट इज आई थिंक द बिगेस्ट ब्लेसिंग फॉर मी that I had done a younger version of Uttam. I would not have done so much of struggle because he told my mom that उसका चिंता तू मत कर, उसको मैं देखता.
There are times when you feel privileged to be a part of your profession. Today is one such day for me. No matter how much of what I say in the favor of my next guest, it would seem less because his filmography is as such that even a person with photogenic memory won't be able to comprehend it at once. I was seeing it before this interview and my mind was blown after that. And recently I also saw my first Bengali film which starred him, and it was because of him. And it's an honor and privilege for me as I welcome Prosenjit Chatterjee to Bollywood Bubble.
Thank you so much.
Firstly, sir, welcome to Bollywood Bubble.
Thank you so much.
This is our third time meeting, second interview, so I'm very happy that I am getting a chance to kind of converse with you again. Firstly, I have to say that I was Shesh Pata, and while I was still in the hangover of Jubilee, you gave another kind of role that kind of stuck with me, and there's very poles apart, and both are artistic. There are similarities as well. Both are artistic, but the aura of both of them are so apart. For you to kind of offer that to your audience within a span of 1 week, how was that like?
Yeah, that was really, really, really tough. Honestly speaking, we planned because of 14th April, Bengali's New Year. So Bengali film was planned. And suddenly I came to know that when everything was planned, suddenly we came to know that Jubilee is coming on 7th. So, and again, we can't say that you have to, prepone or postpone it. It's not happening. So, before I start, let me tell you, I had the same incident just 11 years back. I did a film called Monen Manush, which was a National Award Best Film and Indian Panorama. After 30 years, got the Best Film Award in Indian Panorama. So, it's a role of Lalan Fakir, which I did from 30 to 102. So, it's like Kabir kind of a character. And I did a character called Autograph, which was Sujit Mukherjee's first film, where I am like Srikanth Roy, hero, superstar. The tagline was I am Arun Chatterjee, I am the industry. So it was a tribute to Nayok of race. But if you see the two character, which I am talking about around 17th century, with a person who doesn't know how to read, how to learn, and whether he's a Hindu or whether he's a Muslim, it's like that kind of a character. At the same time, and the film got released in gap of 3 months, and I think I just completed Monen Manush shoot for around 55 days, then I started shooting after 5 days this Autograph of Chatterjee. So for me, it was a huge big challenge. So for my audience, especially I'm talking about in Bengal, now slowly even in Bombay, people have been talking. You see, this is a blessing. I mean, to do a Srikanth Roy, who is again an innovative person, who's a creative person at the end of it. He's an actor, producer, he's a creative guy. Again, he's a writer, who was a star writer, and his life is broken, and he's into a different trip. But with all your love and a bit of my learning and the way I do, I take long time for each of the shoot. I didn't do anything when I was doing Srikanth Roy. I didn't do anything when I was doing Shesh Pata. And not only, I take little time basically I take 5-6 months. and lot of people had asked me after watching Shesh Pata, आपने body में भी क्या prosthetics किया? I said no, because I had cut down my things into that level where you can see my bones basically. It's not a bones of gym, it's that So I normally try to do this, and I am loving this.
Yeah, and that physical transformation you speak about, na, that kind of showed वो वाला जो scene था ना जब
you can see Srikanth walking is different.
Yeah.
His sitting is different. This man's walking is different. Sitting is different. His body by language.
Yeah. I have to tell you, I loved that scene in Shesh Pata where you go on the chajja and then you started dancing.
Wow.
That is
basically
such an innocent scene. Basically गाली दे रहा है.
That fire is coming out in a very different language. बहुत अच्छा है वो scene. वो भी बहुत ही मतलब वो डायरेक्टर के साथ मैंने कम से कम 3-4 महीने से वर्कआउट कर रहा था. बिलीव मी, जो हमने वर्कआउट किया वो हुआ ही नहीं. सेट पे कुछ और निकला और वही रखा डायरेक्टर ने. मतलब अतुल को मैंने बोला यार ये आया, ये तो हम लोगों ने बोला ये फ्लुएंसी में आया, आप सीन करते करते कर रहे हैं ना, इसी को हम रखेंगे, ये राइट है.
And I remember during the screening wala day, na, you had said this, that the film worked in Bengal so much that you decided that it should be open pan India and people should get an access to it.
Na.
Yeah. So just before you, Jeet sir also brought Chengiz. So Bengali cinema has now started coming in that pan India section earlier, which used to comprise only South languages and Hindi. So where you see this trend heading for the Bengali cinema?
देखिए, there are two ways. अगर मैं अभी बताऊं कि शेष पाता मैंने आप लोगों को दिखाया इसलिए कि ये मेरा बहुत एक वेरी होता ना कि एक्टर के लाइफ पे 10-12 बहुत अच्छा काम है और मैं भी दिखाना चाहता था. और एक है बिजनेस, दो अलग चीज़ है. मैं एक चीज़ बता रहा हूँ आपको पता ही होगा कि मैं 2-4 दिन पहले भी डिस्कस भी कर रहे थे कि मनी सर एक पिक्चर बनाई थी रोजा, और हमारा ऋतु पौर्णा घोष, लेट ऋतु पौर्णा घोष, उसने एक पिक्चर बनाई थी चोकर वाली. दोनों पिक्चर इंडियन के हर ऑडियंस देखा, बट उन्होंने सिनेमा बनाई थी. उसने पैन इंडिया अभी चल रहा है, बट रोजा इज द ट्रू पैन इंडिया फिल्म इन दैट वे. या तो चौकट वाली, मुझे लगता है कि हर लैंग्वेज पे हो, ये बंगाली हो, मराठी हो, तमिल हो, तेलुगु हो, एक फिल्म बननी चाहिए. आप कांतारा देखने से पहले हम लोगों ने कोई सोचा नहीं था कि ये फिल्म ऐसे ही बनेगी. वो रूटेड फिल्म है, बिल्कुल सा रूटेड फिल्म है. इसीलिए मैं कलकत्ता में बैठ के जब कांतारा देख रहा हूँ, मुझे लग रहा है कि फिल्म तो अच्छी है, मैं कुछ नया देख रहा हूँ. ये कल्चर मेरे ही इंडिया का कल्चर है, मैं कुछ देख रहा हूँ, सीख रहा हूँ. ऐसा भी होता है क्या? सो ये एक तो बिजनेस साइड भी है, और ट्रूली मुझे लगता है कि अभी थैंक्स टू OTT बेसिकली वो जो हैबिट है ना, वो ये हैबिट है. हमारे यहाँ पे पहले हमको बोलते थे कि आप रीजनल फिल्म एक्टर हो. मैं बोलता ना नहीं, मैं लैंग्वेज फिल्म एक्टर हूँ, मैं इंडियन फिल्म एक्टर हूँ. तो हमारे यहाँ पे इंडिया में जो काम करते हैं कहीं पे भी, वो इंडियन सिनेमा बनाते हैं. हर टेक्नीशियंस, हर आर्टिस्ट हम लोग इंडियंस हैं. हाँ, हमारे लैंग्वेजेस अलग है.
And that's very beautiful. Like even now, internet kind of recognizes that.
Right.
If you see na on Wikipedia also they write Indian
I
actor predominantly.
You give me a short film, मैं आधा घंटा का एक पिक्चर करूँगा, और अगर सब लोगों को अच्छा लग गया, why not?
Yeah.
Today date has changed. We are content provider.
True. The game has completely changed. One thing I had to ask, and I am telling you, I have been told this by a couple of people outside this room and some inside this room as well, to ask you this. Like we talk about Anil Kapoor sir, like he's aging in reverse and everything. You have completed 40 years in cinema. I kid you not, the first time I got to know, I was like, he himself does not look 40. So firstly, what is the secret for your kind of aging this backwards?
No secret. Just Anil says, Anil is a wonderful friend of mine for a long, long time. Whenever we meet, we say, "Arey yaar, hum log dono, we are always in tutor." But I'll say it's honesty, it's a discipline, and I think it's love for cinema again. I always say we are professional actors. Okay, yeah, age is there, that we can't. There are few things. You see, as a whole, if you see my profession, मैं 50 क्रॉस किया और वो मेन स्ट्रीम जो धमाका फायर एक्शन में करता रहा, 300 पिक्चर मैंने वही किया. मैंने वो अपना नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को बोला कि ये अभी तुम लोग ये करो, मैं कुछ और करूँगा. दैट इज़ फाइन, यू कांट स्टॉप द वॉच, बट टू मेंटेन योर सेल्फ. और अगर मेरे को कोई पिक्चर ऐसा मिले कि मुझे 24 साल करना पड़ेगा, 70 साल करना पड़ेगा, आई एम रेडी टू डू इट, बिकॉज आई नो आई केप्ट माई सेल्फ. एनर्जी लेवल, इट्स नॉट ओनली योर फिजिक, योर एनर्जी. तो मुझे लगता है कि हम प्रोफेशनल एक्टर है यार, तो वी नीड टू स्पेंड टाइम एंड लुक आफ्टर आवरसेल्व्स, एंड देन एंड ऑफ द डे इज ऑल ऑडियंस. मेरा जो इतने सारे ऑडियंस इतने सालों से मेरे को सैर है उनके पास भी तो मैं आंसरेबल हूँ.
एंड आपने एनर्जी की बात कही ना, वो छज्जा वाला जो सीन मैंने बोला, उसमें जो एनर्जी स्विच होता है ना आपका, वहां पे यू रियलाइज ओके ही इज जस्ट लुकिंग दैट ओल्ड बिकॉज ऑफ द रोल, ही इज नॉट, ही हैज दैट एनर्जी, यू काइंड ऑफ सी दैट. एंड यू स्पोक अबाउट द लव फॉर सिनेमा. You have been in the industry of 40 years. You have to have that love to survive this long. But during this journey, has there been ever a time where you felt like you needed a break from this, or where you kind of felt distant from cinema, the art?
Huh, you see, I think it's written in my autobiography. I didn't work for around two and a half of it. I'm talking about the first my breakup. So I couldn't, because I have to be honest in front of camera. So that time I was too young. वो दिल टूट गया. I was not coming out. I was not even 20-21. तो बहुत मतलब 2-2.5 साल से मैंने लिफ्ट से नीचे ही नहीं आया. But then life teaches you a lot of things. Then we also understood with our age, maturity. इस इंडस्ट्री पे हूँ यार 40 साल, इतना मार पिटाई हुआ ना हम लोगों को. तो मैं बोलता हूँ इंडस्ट्री में जो 30 साल 40 साल वो बॉडी बन जाता है वैसे भी. और फिर उसके बाद अगर आप कोई मारने की भी कोशिश करें तो उसको लगेगा, हम लोगों को नहीं लगेगा. सो यू नो पीपल लाइक अस इन एनी लैंग्वेज, we have grown in that with the hitting. So yeah, but yeah, I think that was the longest time where I completely, I agree that I didn't work because I was broken.
Yeah, and जैसे अभी के time when we see ना, when you come from a film family, especially in the Hindi industry, it comes with a lot of baggage that the kind of audience associates you to. You have been the son of a legendary artist, and when you were starting, was that ever played on your mind that you are Biswajit sir's son and you have to kind of pave your way through all that expectations that come with it?
You see, a few years back, he stays in Bombay for last 60 years mostly. He's a Bombay guy, totally. So बहुत खुश हैं वो जुबली लेके. एक तो उनके एरा का थोड़ा सा वो है, and then people are talking a lot about it. And I just wrote him that I could keep your respect nationally. बंगाल में तो है ही. So I think any father will love to see his child is doing, his kids are doing good. And of course I had a baggage like any others. He was a big star and he was a wonderful actor. But I didn't, basically मैं वैसे ही आदमी हूँ. मैं उसको indulge नहीं किया. मैंने जैसा काम शुरू किया, believe me, मैंने काम शुरू किया just like any other newcomer. वो सारे सबको पता है ये. और मैं शायद अभी भी जुबिली करने के लिए इतना मेहनत करता हूँ, या तो एक शेष पाता करने के लिए मेहनत करता हूँ, बिकॉज इट इज़ मी हु हैव डन. लाइक प्रोसेनजीत जो भी है, अच्छा हो खराब हो, मैं ब्रांड हो, जो भी है मैंने खुद बनाया विथ माई डैडी एंड मम्मीज ब्लेसिंग्स. तो आई हैव टू हैव दैट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. बट या आई वॉज वेरी हैप्पी दैट पीपल यूज्ड टू नो मी. देयर वॉज अ टाइम व्हेन पीपल यूज्ड टू से आप बिस्वजीत जी के बेटे हैं. देन एक टाइम आता है आदमी लोगों को जब बोलते कि प्लीज गिव योर रिगार्ड्स टू योर डैड. तो एनी फादर विल फील गुड व्हेन ही इज सीइंग. तो आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाट. बट आई डिडंट इंडल्ज दैट.
Yeah, and there was
बेटे को भी बोल दिया कि अगर आपको हीरो बनना है मैं सब कुछ सिखाऊंगा तुम्हें, सब कुछ जितना तक मैं मेरे से होता है, बट मैं आपको ब्रेक तो नहीं दूंगा. वो आप लड़ लो.
And I read
अमिताभ बच्चन शाहरुख खान ने लड़ा.
Yeah. And I read somewhere that he's doing a play also.
He had
Shakespeare's
done a play,
play. Yeah. I read about it. And also one thing I read was that there was a time that you had some differences with your father as well. When you look back at that time, do you kind of regret being away from each other during that time and missing out on things?
I think missing is the only thing which we always feel. But now what happens, बाप बेटा एक बार हक कर लिया ना तो वो सब वो वैसे ही होता है. दैट इज अ रिलेशनशिप. वैसे सिनेमा रिलेशनशिप नहीं है. रिलेशनशिप हम लोगों का रिलेशनशिप इज जस्ट लाइक एनी अदर ह्यूमन बीइंग. अगर मेरा बेटे का कुछ होता था, आई विल लीव एवरीथिंग एंड गो राइट नाउ. सो बेसिकली द वर्ल्ड इज समवेयर पीपल मेक अस वी आर सुपर नेचुरल. नो. तो क्या होता है, कभी कभी तो होता है फैमिली में ऐसा, बट वंस यू हग हिम, तो ऐसा ही हो गया ना. वी नाउ हग एवरी डे मॉर्निंग. ही सेंड्स मी गुड मॉर्निंग, आई सेंड्स हिम एन प्रणाम एंड माय दिस थिंग.
And I was reading that you have had mentors like Uttam Kumar sir and Soumitra Chatterjee sir. So when you have like such people guiding you in the initial phase of your career, how did that kind of influenced your process of acting as well as your career path?
देखिए, honestly speaking, I didn't have any mentor. But ऐसा था कि because I was, again, I was there, Uttam Kumar was like my jet, you know. Soumitra Kaku was my father's friend. And Uttam ji who passed away very early.
Yeah.
The time we, in fact, but I was lucky that मैंने उनका, that is I think the biggest blessing for me, that I had done a younger version of Uttam Kumar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is a huge blessing for me. But वो आदमी 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 साल 20 साल रहने से मेरा फायदा होता था. I maybe I would not have done so much of struggle because he told my mom that उसका चिंता तू मत कर, उसको मैं देखता. He's a wonderful guy, he's a wonderful actor, उसको मैं देखता हूँ. I was really young, मेरे को उस टाइम पे हीरो बनाना बहुत मुश्किल होता था. But Soumitra Kaku, he was a teacher to me because I got him. He was my teacher as an actor, as a mentor. Industry का कोई problem हो, he was like a, what do you say, जो बड़ा पेड़ होता ना जो संभाल के लगता है. So I was like I and his son was a day difference of our age, birthday. So I was like his son. He used to say मेरा 2 बेटा है 1 बेटी है. So I got everything, whatever I have learned for cinema to my how to deal with the industry, you know. So I think I have learned it from him.
Yeah, and as you said, now your career would have maybe formed differently. I understand because you were to kind of debut with Uttam sir's
yes.
film.
He wanted to direct a film.
Yeah.
So all those.
Yeah, you have
You're
given.
well read, yeah.
You there are many
Very few
films like
people
that.
knows about it.
Yeah, so I do my research
Yeah,
before
very,
coming.
very nice.
Yeah. Also, like when you started in Hindi films in the 1990, Anya was your first film. From then till today, whenever I was reading about all the films that you have done, they've all been kind of what we might call it offbeat, or maybe middle of the road cinema or parallel cinema. When you are such a big star in your regional language, does it add a pressure on you that you have to kind of live up to that commercial expectations as well when it comes to divulging into another language?
I mean, you see, there was a time, of course, you know, I mean, for around 15, 20 years, I really, I mean, what do I say? With the love of audience and my director and my producer, I was like Prosenjit, like my film is to run for one year. So, and because people have made me that, right, I can't be number 2. So, because then I will not be doing justification to those my audience and to my producer directors. वो तो हमारे ऊपर पैसा लगा रहा है because I'm number 1. So I took long time to be number 1. It's not that it's something happened रातों रात. Then I thought, no, if I do something, I shouldn't go into that chase kind of a thing. Now तो I'm open. Now I don't have any challenges. But उस टाइम पे मेरा वो था कि यहाँ पे मैं एक हूँ, अलग कहीं और जाके मैं 2 या 3 या 4 या 6 बन जाऊँ, then I will not be able to you know, do justification to these people. So I thought मैं कुछ और ही करता हूँ ना दूसरा टाइप का.
But was there any film in Hindi that you were offered that you kind of regretted rejecting?
No, I don't have any regret and I don't want to talk because that's वो बचपन का चीज़ मैं भूल ही जाता हूँ. और I am a person, I never regret anything for it. Because वही अगर वापस मैं बोलता हूँ कि when we do a Bangla, Tamil, Telugu, Malayali, when we sit into Indian platform, people till today they call me to represent my Bangla, and I'm so happy.
Yeah. And you are representing Bengali cinema for a long time now. So when you see that
in Calcutta, people are not. I mean, Jubilee to hai. People are more excited because they say you have kept our that. Yeah. See, that is the emotions, and Prosenjit, the brand in Bengal is not a brand; it's an emotion. Because hardly people call me Prosenjit. They all call me Bumba. So it's an emotion for Bengalis. I can't hurt them.
Yeah, वो तो है. But when you see the 90 में जब आपने हिंदी फिल्म में एंट्री करी and when you work today in Hindi, what's the difference in the kind of reception and the response of the audience as well as the media?
For that, I think you all should wait for Jubilee Part 3 or 4. Why should I say? That is the film all about. I mean, that is the series all about. So I think there are a lot of changes. But I think only things doesn't really change the emotions. But I think the technology has changed, the pattern of shoot has changed, the type of interaction we do now with the media have changed. So everything had changed. But मुझे लगता है कि जो हम लोग soul बोलते हैं अंदर वो change नहीं होता है, वो है कि
Yeah. But did you ever kind of think about maybe you should do a commercial?
पहले हम लोग आते थे शूटिंग पे मेकअप वैन पे अपना इसमें बैठते थे मेकअप रूम पे, वहाँ दिया हो या बंगाली हो, अभी हम लोग वैनिटी वैन में बैठते। चेंजेस यही होता है, आप क्रिकेट आप गली पे खेलो या मैदान पे खेलो या लॉर्ड्स में खेलो, वो क्रिकेट ही है। सिनेमा विल नेवर चेंज। मैं बोलता हूँ हर टेक्नीशियन का कैरेक्टर एक है, ऑल टेक्नीशियंस कैरेक्टर। जो कैमरे के पीछे है ना, उन लोगों का एक कैरेक्टर है, स्टिल फोटोग्राफर उन लोगों का कैरेक्टर, आपको दिखाई देगा कि ये है स्टिल फोटोग्राफर। इट डजंट रियली चेंज, वी आर ऑल इन वन काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स।
But did you ever consider doing like a commercial masala Hindi film ever, or was it like a conscious decision to
Not
stay?
consider. I mean, today also I am open to do it. I have no issues. I have done a lot of actions. Action, मतलब मेरा पिक्चर में एक्शन नहीं होने से ऑडियंस निकल जाता था ऐसा. But I am not focusing. I have not ever thought anything very seriously about it. That I can tell you. कि मुझे ऐसा कुछ करना है. Now as an actor I want to do some good work and that's the reason. But उस ज़माने पे भी मैंने कभी ऐसा नहीं सोचा था मेरे को कुछ माउंट करना है, I have to come and I have to do something. I was really very happy what I was doing.
Yeah. And we are very happy with what you are doing now also, because we are getting to see you a lot in the, because as I told you, my introduction to Bengali cinema happened with Shesh Pata.
I am
It
so
was the
happy.
first film, Bengali film I saw. Before that, I had heard about you, but it was the first time I saw you on screen, a Bengali film. Before that, I had watched Jubilee, as obviously, because I had already told you the love I had for that show. But it's amazing to see the work you are doing here as well as in Bengal, because you are providing us with such distinct and drastically different kind of personas of yours. And as an audience, I'm very happy and glad that I'm getting to witness that. Thank you so much for giving me this time. It has been a literal pleasure getting to have this conversation with you. Hope you had a good time, because I had a great one.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much.
God bless. Hi, this is Prosenjit Chatterjee. You are watching me on Bollywood Bubble.